एक बार जोरदार तालियों के साथ स्वागत सभी माननीय मंत्रीगण एवं वरिष्ठ अधिकारीगण का। आप सभी से निवेदन है, कृपया स्थान ग्रहण कर लें। नमस्कार एंड गुड मॉर्निंग। माननीय मुख्य अतिथि डॉक्टर मनसुख मांडविया जी, माननीय मंत्री स्वास्थ्य और परिवार कल्याण मंत्रालय एवं माननीय मंत्री रसायन एवं उर्वरक मंत्रालय, भारत सरकार। श्री अश्विनी वैष्णव जी, माननीय रेल संचार, इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स और सूचना प्रौद्योगिकी मंत्री, भारत सरकार। डॉक्टर भारती प्रवीण पवार जी, माननीय स्वास्थ्य और परिवार कल्याण राज्य मंत्री, भारत सरकार। डॉक्टर वीके पॉल जी, सदस्य स्वास्थ्य नीति आयोग। डॉक्टर धन सिंह रावत जी, स्वास्थ्य व चिकित्सा शिक्षा मंत्री, उत्तराखंड सरकार। डॉक्टर आर.एस. शर्मा, सीईओ राष्ट्रीय स्वास्थ्य प्राधिकरण। केंद्र एवं राज्य सरकारों के वरिष्ठ अधिकारीगण, टीपीए के वरिष्ठ अधिकारीगण, बीमा कंपनी के सीईओ, उद्योग निकाय, गैर सरकारी संगठन, शिक्षाविद, डेवलपमेंट पार्टनर्स, प्रेस एवं मीडिया के सदस्य, देवियों और सज्जनों। राष्ट्रीय स्वास्थ्य प्राधिकरण द्वारा आयुष्मान भारत प्रधानमंत्री जन आरोग्य योजना के 4 वर्ष और आयुष्मान भारत डिजिटल मिशन के 1 वर्ष पूर्ण होने के उपलक्ष्य में आयोजित आरोग्य मंथन 2022 के उद्घाटन सत्र में आप सभी का हार्दिक स्वागत है। And we now unveil the logo of Arogya Manthan. धन्यवाद। इस पुनीत अवसर पर हमारे बीच उपस्थित माननीय मंत्रीगण को हम आभार स्वरूप पौधा भेंट कर स्वागत और सम्मान करना चाहेंगे। सबसे पहले निवेदन है डॉक्टर आर.एस. शर्मा जी, सीईओ एनएचए से, कि वे पौधा भेंट कर स्वागत और सम्मानित करें माननीय मुख्य अतिथि डॉक्टर मनसुख मांडविया जी का, माननीय मंत्री स्वास्थ्य और परिवार कल्याण मंत्रालय एवं माननीय मंत्री रसायन एवं उर्वरक मंत्रालय, भारत सरकार। माननीय मंत्री महोदय जी का हार्दिक स्वागत। डॉक्टर आर.एस. शर्मा जी से निवेदन है वे स्वागत और सम्मानित करें श्री अश्विनी वैष्णव जी का, माननीय मंत्री इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स और सूचना प्रौद्योगिकी। धन्यवाद। अब निवेदन करना चाहेंगे श्री जीयू अहमद, संयुक्त सचिव और वित्तीय सलाहकार एनएचए से, कि वे स्वागत और सम्मानित करें डॉक्टर भारती प्रवीण पवार जी का, माननीय स्वास्थ्य और परिवार कल्याण राज्य मंत्री, भारत सरकार। हार्दिक स्वागत। जीयू अहमद जी से निवेदन है स्वागत और सम्मानित करें डॉक्टर वीके पॉल जी का, सदस्य स्वास्थ्य नीति आयोग। हार्दिक स्वागत। श्री जीयू अहमद जी से निवेदन है वे स्वागत और सम्मान करें डॉक्टर धन सिंह रावत जी का, स्वास्थ्य व चिकित्सा शिक्षा मंत्री, उत्तराखंड सरकार। धन्यवाद। और अब आमंत्रित करना चाहेंगे श्री किरण गोपाल वास्का, निदेशक एनएचए जी का, कि वे स्वागत और सम्मानित करें डॉक्टर आर.एस. शर्मा जी का, सीईओ राष्ट्रीय स्वास्थ्य प्राधिकरण। धन्यवाद। और अब स्वागत भाषण के लिए मंच पर आमंत्रित करना चाहेंगे श्री एस गोपालकृष्णन, अपर सचिव स्वास्थ्य और परिवार कल्याण मंत्रालय, भारत सरकार जी को। आपसे निवेदन है कि स्वागत भाषण के साथ आज के कार्यक्रम की शुरुआत करें।
नमस्कार माननीय स्वास्थ्य मंत्री जी, माननीय आईटी इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स मंत्री जी, स्वास्थ्य राज्य मंत्री और उत्तराखंड के स्वास्थ्य मंत्री जी, डॉक्टर वीके पॉल, आर.एस. शर्मा सर, और इस मुख्य इवेंट पर आए हुए सारे स्टेट्स और पार्टनर्स, उन सबको स्वागत करने में बहुत खुशी है। जैसे आप सबको मालूम होगा, ये 4 साल पीएमजे का एनिवर्सरी है। अब एक बहुत क्रिटिकल मोड पे है, जहां अभी तक more than 4 crore interventions have happened and settlements worth over 45,000 crores have happened. अब हम ऐसे क्रिटिकल स्टेज पे हैं जिसको कहते हैं कि इसके बाद टेक ऑफ लॉन्च के स्टेज पे हैं, क्योंकि अब 4 साल के लर्निंग में और डिजिटल के साथ पर्टिकुलरली एबीडीएम में इतना स्पेसिफिक और ओपन प्लेटफॉर्म बन गया है कि जैसे बार बार आर शर्मा साहब भी कह रहे हैं, जिस तरह हमने यूपीआई में ग्रोथ देखा, अब अगर आप यूपीआई का ग्रोथ देखते हैं, पहले कुछ सालों में स्टेडी था, उसके बाद इट शॉट अप लाइक अ रॉकेट। और यहाँ जो हम आज ये एबीडीएम और यूएचआई की बात कर रहे हैं, दिस इज द नेक्स्ट बिग थिंग एंड दिस विल बी मच डिफरेंट फ्रॉम एनीथिंग एल्स बिकॉज ऑफ सर्टन इंटरेस्टिंग डिफरेंसेस। पेमेंट्स में ज्यादातर 1-to-1 है, 1 to मर्चेंट है। यहाँ इट्स अ होल फील्ड। You have insurance, you have health professionals, you have labs, and you have every citizen. This is possibly the most challenging times we are here, and this will, all the credit for this goes to Honorable PM sir, जिन्होंने ये दिशा जो हम अब देख रहे हैं, ये 4 साल पहले उनकी नजर में थी। So with this, I think it is exciting and it is very honorable to welcome you all at this critical event. And in future, we'll all remember these particular times when the scheme went digital and then shot up. So with these few words, I once again welcome everybody on this critical occasion and thank you.
हार्दिक धन्यवाद। आयुष्मान भारत प्रधानमंत्री जन आरोग्य योजना के 4 वर्ष और आयुष्मान भारत डिजिटल मिशन के 1 वर्ष पर प्रस्तुति के लिए अब हम आमंत्रित करना चाहेंगे डॉक्टर आर शर्मा जी को, सीईओ राष्ट्रीय स्वास्थ्य प्राधिकरण। एक बार जोरदार तालियों के साथ स्वागत डॉक्टर आर शर्मा जी।
धन्यवाद। नमस्कार सबको। माननीय डॉक्टर मनसुख मांडविया जी, यूनियन मिनिस्टर फॉर हेल्थ, फैमिली वेलफेयर, केमिकल एंड फर्टिलाइजर। माननीय श्री अश्विनी वैष्णव जी, ऑनरेबल यूनियन मिनिस्टर फॉर इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स एंड इंफॉर्मेशन टेक्नोलॉजी एंड रेलवेज। माननीय डॉक्टर भारती प्रवीण पवार जी, ऑनरेबल मिनिस्टर ऑफ स्टेट फॉर हेल्थ एंड फैमिली वेलफेयर। डॉक्टर धन सिंह रावत जी, ऑनरेबल मिनिस्टर फॉर हेल्थ, गवर्नमेंट ऑफ उत्तराखंड। एंड डॉक्टर वी.के. पॉल, मेंबर हेल्थ नीति आयोग। हमारे राज्यों से आए हुए मुख्य सचिव, अतिरिक्त मुख्य सचिव, प्रिंसिपल सेक्रेटरीज और जितने सीईओ हैं एसएचए के, उन सबका मैं हार्दिक स्वागत करता हूं इस 4 वर्ष के उत्सव में। 4 वर्ष पीएमजेवाई के और 1 वर्ष हमारा आयुष्मान भारत डिजिटल मिशन के। आपकी अनुमति से मैं साझा करना चाहूंगा 4 वर्ष की जो यात्रा हमारी आयुष्मान भारत प्रधानमंत्री जन आरोग्य योजना की और 1 वर्ष की यात्रा आयुष्मान भारत डिजिटल मिशन की। जैसा कि आप जानते हैं, 23 सितंबर 2018 को रांची, झारखंड, जो मेरा अपना प्रदेश है, उससे माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने आयुष्मान भारत प्रधानमंत्री जन आरोग्य योजना की शुरुआत की थी और 27 सितंबर 2021 को आयुष्मान भारत डिजिटल मिशन की शुरुआत हुई, उन्होंने लॉन्च किया था, नेशनल लॉन्च। तो हम लोगों ने इन 4 वर्षों और 1 वर्ष में क्या किया है और क्या योजना है, क्या हम करना चाहते हैं, उसकी एक प्रस्तुतिकरण मैं आपके समक्ष करना चाहूंगा। बेसिक जो पिलर्स हैं आयुष्मान भारत के, देयर आर 4 पिलर्स एज यू आर अवेयर। आयुष्मान भारत हेल्थ एंड वेलनेस सेंटर, आयुष्मान भारत इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर मिशन, आयुष्मान भारत पीएमजेवाई and Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission. That these 4 pillars provide a very comprehensive health coverage facet of the country. And the usual challenges of health, which is the accessibility, affordability, and quality, these 3 challenges, they are all supposed to be addressed by these 4 pillars. And 2 of these pillars are being implemented by the National Health Authority, and which is Ayushman Bharat PMJY and Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission. What they seek to do for citizens, they are providing, PMJY is providing health cover of 5 lakh rupees per family, which are 40% families in this country below the bottom families, which translates to 500 million people. Now, this is the world's largest insurance and assurance scheme in the whole world. Then, of course, it provides democratic access to discover, book, and avail health services. This is what ABDM does. ABDM provides, like COVID, CoWIN platform, you must have all experienced. CoWIN platform provided you the access. You could see where the hospitals offering, vaccinations are, what are the vaccines which are being offered, and this is what Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission does. Then, of course, for healthcare providers, it provides a digital protocol for faster health claim processing. And I will discuss with you as to how we are creating a digital public good called the Health Claims Exchange, which actually will provide a complete end-to-end digital journey for claim filing and claim processing in a complete digitally, readable manner. Then, of course, we can access patients' health records, longitudinal health history. A patient can have and access all longitudinal health history of his records, and that will ensure better diagnosis and obviously more affordable treatment to the person. And of course, we can view for policymakers, it's a great thing because data-driven policy making is the paradigm of today. And once you have data-driven policy making and you have a huge wealth of data being generated out of digital mission and also PMJY, I must inform you that we are processing 1 million claims per month on PMJY, and that provides view and analyze public health at national level, and then we can implement policies at the state level, at the local level. Now, just to give you a brief statistics of PMJY, we have about 50 crore, 500 million beneficiaries of PMJY in the 33 states and union territories. And there we have issued 190 million Ayushman cards. And as per the directions of our Prime Minister and our Honorable Health Minister, we are ensuring that this year itself, we will be able to issue the cards to Ayushman cards to every beneficiary under this PMJY. We have 28,000 empaneled hospitals. We have done about 3.95 crore, around 4 crore hospitalizations in the last 4 years. So broadly at the rate of 1 crore hospitalizations per year, and 50 crore. In 50 crore, 1 crore means 2% hospitalizations for the population, and norm is approximately 2.5 to 3%. So I think the health-seeking behavior of the people is also improving. We have spent about 45,000 crores in the last 4 years on this scheme. And this scheme provides portability across the country, which means a patient from Bihar can come to All India Institute of Medical Science and can get treatment. So anybody can go anywhere and get treatment. That portability exists in this scheme. And 33 states are participating in this scheme. Now, what we are doing is basically, as I said, 33 states are implementing this scheme. We are identifying beneficiaries at the rate of 70 beneficiaries per minute. I mean, we just broke it down. We were doing about 500,000 per day. So we said it translates to about 70 beneficiaries per minute. We are having hospital admissions, 18 hospital admissions per minute, which is basically translates to about 1 million per month. And of course, we are empaneling 19 hospitals per day, and we are resolving 542 grievances per day. And there is a complete gender equality. Almost the share of the men and women in this is half and half in all aspects, which is whether admissions or whether Ayushman cards or other things. Now, what we have done during these 4 years, one is earlier we were giving 30 rupees the beneficiary was paying 30 rupees to get a piece of paper, a card created on a piece of paper. Now, under the directions of the Honorable Minister, we have changed the whole paradigm. And we said that let us provide free card to every person, because otherwise, normally a poor person, unless he gets sick, he will not get the card. And once he is sick, then he goes to the hospital and the hospital says, you get the card made, and the guy is not able to provide that kind of card instantaneously. So we said, let's do it proactively. And therefore, we are having Aapke Dwar Ayushman as a program where cards are being made for the people. Then we are having e-rupee pay prepaid vouchers. As you are aware, the Honorable Prime Minister launched e-rupee on 2nd of August last year. And there we are using e-rupee. First we used it for vaccination, and now we are using e-rupee. This is a voucher which is purpose specific and person specific, and we are using it for diagnostic under the Ayushman Bharat. And we have created beneficiary facilitation agency in the public hospital so that beneficiaries who come, they are actually treated with respect, treated with care, and then, provided all kinds of help, because please understand, these beneficiaries are typically poor people. And in order to ensure that the hospitals don't have the fund flow problem, we have started a green channel payment, which means we pay immediately after the claims are submitted. And of course, we keep on revising the health benefit packages so that the typical, problem which the hospitals pose about the low rates of Ayushman Bharat, that does not arise. Interestingly, what we have done in these 4 years is that this entire process of claim processing, starting from filing till payment, it's absolutely digital. That means there is no manual intervention. There's the manual intervention in terms of checking, but the entire flow, the workflow is digital. And what we have realized is, and under the Honorable Prime Minister's directions, why, once we have created this digital pipeline, why don't we use it for other schemes? So basically now we are doing what is called convergence scheme. So we have the Ayushman CAPF for the paramilitary forces, CGHS for retired government employees, ESIC, RAN, HMDZ, and brick and construction workers. For all these, and recently the Honorable Minister launched for transgender, the packages for transgender, that was also launched under the Ayushman Bharat. So all this is working on the pipeline of Ayushman Bharat PMJY. And therefore, the number of beneficiaries which we are targeting or which we are processing the claims for becomes much, much more than even 500 million. Now, let me come to Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission, and this seems to be a pretty busy slide, but let me just explain. One, read it from the below. So India, in the last decade or so, has created a number of digital public goods. And I think they are pretty unique in the whole world. We created Aadhaar, which is digital identity, which can be used to prove as to who you are, anytime, anywhere. We created UPI, a payment infrastructure, which actually caters to, last month, the numbers were 7 billion transactions per month. We have created electronic KYC. We have created authentication. We have created digital signatures on demand, digital locker. There are multiple things which we have created, and a consent artifact. These are the horizontal digital public goods which enable creation of any domain-specific digital paradigm. And this is what we are doing. This is what we are doing in the health space, how we can use these digital building blocks to create an architecture which enables interoperable, universal, scalable, open standard architecture. So this is something which we have done. Then the next is basically the service layer, where we are having a lot of these, doctors, registries we are having. We are having registries of drugs, registries of health facilities, registries of health professionals, and health claims exchange and health records. So these are some of the services which have been enabled. And the paradigm again is interoperable. So unified health interface actually is a completely interoperable paradigm. It's not a platform based, it's a network based approach. I'll explain it in the next slide. Then of course, we have the health information exchange and consent manager. What it means is health is an extremely serious subject. Health records are extremely serious record. They need to be protected against, against privacy. They need to be protected for privacy. They need to be protected for security. And that can happen only when the patient is in charge of his or her records. So basically nothing is shared, nothing is transferred, nothing is done unless you have the consent of the patient. So this is the consent manager, which actually navigates the entire consent framework, which is again very unique in the whole world. And of course, I explained health claims exchange, which basically means that we will be able to provide, resolution of claims in a digital manner. And on top of it are the citizen-facing applications, whether they are facing doctors, whether they are facing, teleconsultation applications. We are having the HMIS, all applications are there. Now, ABDM has been in existence for 1 year. Before that, the Honorable Prime Minister had launched a pilot on 15th of August 2020 from the ramparts of Red Fort, wherein he said that let's have this national digital health mission in six union territories. And that's where we started the pilot. And having proved the pilot at a conceptual level, we scaled it up. And 27th of September last year was a day on which the Prime Minister launched this nationwide. And since then, we have created the health accounts. Prime Minister said that every citizen of this country must have a health account. And that's what Aabha number, Ayushman Bharat health account numbers. We have created more than 242 million. We have registered health facilities, 1.5 lakhs. We have 80,000 doctors and other nurses and other professionals enrolled. We have 7,11,000 health records. And more importantly, 1 crore 10 lakhs health records have been linked. Now, that's a phenomenal number, believe me, because what we are going to do is we are going to, link 1 billion records. Indians produce about 6 billion records, health records in a year. And in the first year itself, we want to create 1 billion out of that. We want to capture 1 billion out of that. We are having partners, more than 1,000, and we are having integrations, more than 64 already done. Now, this is basically how digital practices happen. Aadhaar was, constructed way back in 2009 to 14. But the real flip came when our Prime Minister launched Digital India program. And that actually was a turning point for Aadhaar's usage. And today, the Honorable Minister Ashwini Vaishnavji is here. He is driving this adoption of Aadhaar in a very, very phenomenal way. So that's how this whole thing. Similarly, you will see that we took 371 days to link 1 lakh digital health record. 371 days starting 25th of 12/20. And we took 240 days to make 1 lakh to 10 lakh. And interestingly, you have taken just 24 days to reach 1 crore. You can see the graph. This graph actually is really phenomenal. Today, you'll be surprised to know we are linking 23 lakh records per day. So that's the progress which we have done. As I said, we have created architecture which is interoperable, frugal. I mean, that's the broad DNA of digital public goods in India. So we have health claims exchange, which is basically, processes health claims in a completely digital manner. Similarly, we have the unified health interface, which is a network. Similar to, you must have seen ONDC, Open Network for Digital Commerce. That also follows the same strategy of network. So it doesn't mean, you may have teleconsultation application A and your doctor may have teleconsultation application B, they can talk to each other. That's what is true interoperability means, and we are ensuring that. Similarly, we are repurposing India's successful digital health solutions. So we have Corona produced 2 important digital health solutions. One was Arogya Setu. You have 240 million downloads of Arogya Setu. Now, fortunately, COVID is out of our lives, hopefully. And now I think this application is being repurposed as India's health application, which means, and with permission of Sri Ashwini Vaishnavji, he has been very, very generous with us, and he says, you take this and you take it forward. So we are now repurposing Arogya Setu to take care of India's health issues, the digital health issues. So we are making this as India's health application. It is basically now scan and share. You go to the hospital, you don't have to stand in the line to register yourself and to get an OPD card. You can just scan the QR code and you are good to go. So that's how we are doing it. Similarly, CoWIN is also being repurposed. CoWIN, as you know, was a vaccination application. Now we are repurposing it for universal immunization program, and we are repurposing it to become the small doctors HMIS, Health Management Information System. So that is what we are actually creating, and therefore you could do discovery booking of vaccination. So like for example, immunization program, polio drops, diphtheria, all 12 essential vaccination programs will be done through COVID. So that's what we are doing. So friends, what has happened is we have policy intent and administrative structure is in place. We have robust technology backbone, which has been tested. And imagine COVID, when we started with 200,000 vaccinations per day, initially on 16th of January 2021. And then we reached 2.25 million vaccinations a day. So that's the scalability. We have that now in ABDM and PMJY both. What is required now is participation by all stakeholders, and that is what we want. The aim of universal health coverage of India should be realized through these digital public goods, and of course, the commitment of our government to ensure universal health coverage. Thank you very much, friends.
Thank you very much indeed, sir, for that informative presentation. और अब निवेदन करना चाहेंगे डॉक्टर विनोद पॉल, सदस्य स्वास्थ्य नीति आयोग से, कि आप सभा को संबोधित करते हुए कुछ शब्द कहें। और एक बार जोरदार तालियों के साथ स्वागत डॉक्टर विनोद पॉल जी का।
Namaste, good morning. Honorable Union Minister for Health and Family Welfare and Chemicals and Fertilizers, Dr. Mansukh Mandviya ji, Honorable Minister of Electronics and Information Technology, Shri Ashwini Vaishnav ji, Honorable Union Minister of State for Health and Family Welfare, Madam Dr. Bharti Praveen ji, Shri Dhan Singh Rawat ji, Honorable Health Minister of Government of Uttarakhand, Dr. R.S. Sharma ji, distinguished guests from abroad, partners, representatives, and the leadership of the private sector, colleagues from state governments and the union government, media, ladies and gentlemen. Today we mark a very important milestone. 4 years of Ayushman Bharat Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana and 1 year of Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission. In 2018, India took a stellar step in the direction of universal health coverage, building on what India has been doing earlier over decades, particularly the momentum gained through the National Health Mission. That year, India launched the first 2 pillars of Ayushman Bharat family initiatives. The Health and Wellness Mission, which envisages creation of 150,000 primary healthcare hubs called Health and Wellness Centers across the length and breadth of this nation. Very happy to state that by present time, 123 lakh such centers have been operationalized, and in all of them, telemedicine, which is the other dimension of the work that we are celebrating today, is an integral part. Primary care is the foundation of healthcare system of any nation. Strong primary healthcare is our top priority. India is committed to spend 2/3 of public health spending on primary healthcare. But then, in addition to the access, particularly for primary healthcare, the financial hardship for healthcare has to be taken care of. And that came as a second mission in 2018, the Ayushman Bharat Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana, an ambitious scheme, ambitious as the Honorable Prime Minister always envisages initiatives for this great nation. 500 million people of India are covered under this scheme, the largest health insurance scheme of the world. That was the vision. Today we see maturation of that scheme with the data that my distinguished colleague, Dr. R.S. Sharma ji, has presented to you. We have a way forward. We have to now move to a level where the true aspirations generated by these 2 missions and beyond, by ABDM and the Health Infrastructure Mission, and additionally so much more work being done in the space of healthcare and well-being, is taken to scale. And that's where today's Manthan and the 2 days of Manthan comes very, very special, event for us. Manthan in Sanskrit or Hindi means churning, deep dive, thinking together, having a discourse. And we are so honored to have you all in this room to be part of that chintan, that manthan, that thinking, that deep dive. We have very important questions at this point in time as we move forward to reach the true goal of universal health coverage in the shortest period of time. India's journey toward 2047 as a developed nation at the highest level of the family of nations in the world cannot be achieved, cannot be even thought without a strong healthcare system and strong moorings of universal health coverage, which actually must be achieved well before 2047, because health is an enabler of development. Health is an enabler of the aspirations and the well-being and welfare of people. So it has to happen earlier. Therefore, this Manthan is very special. And I like to pose the following questions. First, from where we have reached, how do we enhance the quality of services that we provide through the system? Quality. We have the numbers, we are increasing the numbers, it will happen. Quality, and two facets of this: the clinical outcomes, the actual medical surgical outcomes, and also the patient satisfaction outcomes. This policy, this program is people-centric. Are people satisfied? Are there undue delays? Do we come up as a responsible, caring health system to the people of India? So the quality, think about how we can take quality to the highest level possible. That's the first question. Second, how do we enhance the reach? I know it is on the program. Just want to give these triggers to you this morning. Think about it out of the box. How do we ensure the reach of this program and beyond? How do we layer additional services when the time comes? So the quality and then the reach. Third point, which comes from my organization, Niti Aayog in particular, to consider our universal health coverage journey as still incomplete in some ways, because 30% of India's people, that's about 400 billion, 40 crore people, are still not covered by any particular scheme. The two lowest quintiles are covered by PMJ. There are some 6% people are covered through private insurance, but 40 crore people, 400 million people are not yet covered. We have to find ways and means to cover them. Fortunately, many of them can afford to pay something to the kitty, what you might like to call as health assurance or health insurance. Can we create those mechanisms? This is a question which lingers still in our mind, and I'd like you to think about it. It's a request on behalf of the government. Please think about it, how we can now plug that to this rising bandwidth and the depth of the PMJ. My fourth request is the linkage and the continuity and the continuum between the primary healthcare and the secondary tertiary healthcare in terms of continuum of care. Appropriate referral. Has the time come for using gatekeeping mechanisms, at least on pilot basis? Has the time come also not to make sure that when the patient is discharged, it's taken care of at the health and wellness centers in the primary healthcare system? This part of our vision is still not fully realized. We want you to help us think through how this is to be done in practical terms. How do we do it? What is the way forward? I request partners to come forward to help us in this regard. And having a digital backbone is so useful. So we have the building blocks, but can we now do it? My fifth request is in relation to the Ayushman Bharat digital mission. And this relates to a true rapid absorption and expansion of ABHA system, the Ayushman Bharat health identity, health account that we envisage for every citizen of India. And the footprint of ABHA is actually in the health and wellness centers, because we have envisaged their family health record and the identity of the individual clustered around family enabled by ABHA is, I think, one of the most important steps that we must take now, and take it with speed, because that would be a game changer. Before I stop, I have two requests to make. One to the public health system, our state governments. sometimes we get a message that the national health priority related packages may not be put into the state list of packages. And I'm specifically referring here newborn care packages. Neonatal mortality is an SDG goal. It is a national health policy goal. It pains us when we realize that some states, not all, some states do not have this package in their PMJ package system because you have the freedom to include and exclude, but this is not done. Please appreciate that newborn baby is the most vulnerable human being. The first day of our life was the most riskiest day of our life, we know it. It's an SDG goal. Please be liberal and generous to include newborn care packages always, always, always in your package list at the state level. If you have dropped them, please reintroduce them. I think we owe this to the most vulnerable citizen of India. We owe it for SDGs and we owe it for the overall universal health coverage goal that we have. There may be other packages that are related to national health priorities. Let's increase access by both the routes, the public health services through NHM and your own initiative. At the same time, health protection, USC mechanism that PMJ embodies. Let's not be miserly in this, and I like this to be a strong recommendation. Last, I'll once again appeal to the private sector, which has yet to come in full strength into the fold of PMJ. 12,000 private hospitals or so are not enough for this nation. There are so many of you that are outside the ambit of PMJ. We request you once again to please join the PMJ movement. Please tell us how we can be helpful. Our team has gone out of the way to address the concerns, and the Honorable Minister has always told us to be generous with packages and package rates, and he's led from the front in this regard. We appeal to you that please spread the good word that PMJ is now a national movement, going to enlarge. Please join it so that people of India have the best services in every part of this nation. Thank you very much. Jai Hind. Thank you.
Thank you very much indeed, sir, for that insightful address. और अब सभा को संबोधित करने के लिए आमंत्रित करना चाहेंगे डॉक्टर भारती प्रवीण पवार जी को, माननीय स्वास्थ्य और परिवार कल्याण राज्य मंत्री। और एक बार तालियों के साथ स्वागत माननीय राज्य मंत्री जी का।
नमस्कार। नमस्कार, गुड मॉर्निंग। मैं थोड़ा अलग बात पे बात करना चाहती हूँ। शुरुआत में मैं देख रही हूँ सब यहाँ पे उपस्थित है। इस कार्यक्रम का नाम ही मंथन है। मंथन में अगर आपने मन नहीं लगाया तो ये मंथन चिंतन में कैसे बदलेगा। तो कुछ यहाँ पे डिस्कशन अलग हो रहे हैं, कुछ यहाँ पे फोन में डिस्कशन अलग हो रहे हैं। तो ये मुझे लगता है कुछ मंथन में अभी मन से आप जुड़े नहीं है। सही है कि नहीं? सही है कि नहीं? नहीं? राइट साइड? यस? लेफ्ट? देखिए, अभी मंथन पे ज्यादा बात करने की आवश्यकता है। चलिए, मंथन के लिए सबका स्वागत करती हूँ। स्टेज पे उपस्थित ऑनरेबल मिनिस्टर डॉक्टर मनसुख मांडविया जी, ऑनरेबल मिनिस्टर श्री अश्विनी वैष्णव जी, ऑनरेबल मिनिस्टर श्री धन सिंह रावत जी, डॉक्टर वी.के. पॉल जी, डॉक्टर आर.एस. शर्मा जी, and all the dignitaries present to grace this occasion, and media group. I'm very happy to present this on this auspicious occasion of Arogya Manthan. Arogya Manthan, where we celebrate the double anniversaries. The first is the completion of 4 years of implementation of Ayushman Bharat Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana, PMJ, and the first anniversary of Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission, ABDM. Friends, this forum is to celebrate and brainstorm on the future of India's healthcare. NHA will share the learnings from the implementation of the program and learn from the experience of peers around the world. And I'm happy to see the attendance of the stakeholders ranging from government officials, global healthcare experts, startups, and insurance companies to healthcare providers. I hope this will be an opportunity to celebrate the unprecedented work taken up by the country towards realization of universal health coverage and the way ahead. I'm happy to note that this event is empowered with first of its kind Health Expo, showcasing innovation in healthcare from a variety of fields, including augmented reality and artificial intelligence, among others. Friends, since 2014, the primary task in front of our government was to build the faith of the public in the government's health service and to overhaul the way the services were being delivered. Many of the remote villages and towns had zero access to healthcare. Our visionary Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi ji, has always been concerned about the last person to be served. And with this vision in the mind, he guided series of initiatives to provide healthcare services to the people, especially from rural and remote areas, so that the goal of universal health coverage is achieved. I am proud to say that in the last 8 years, National Health Mission has played key role in handling the challenges pertaining to health system of the country. Friends, with the philosophy of Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, Sabka Vishwas, and Sabka Prayas, our government is holistically working to ensure the best of the medical facilities to our people. To reduce the burden of the healthcare expenditure on the citizens, we have undertaken many initiatives since it is difficult for people from the remote areas to reach the healthcare centers. We stepped ahead and opened health and wellness centers. We leveraged the technology in healthcare sector and introduced telemedicine services so that people could reach out the medical professionals from the comfort of their home. To address the issue of long queues as well, we introduced online registration system so that people could take online appointments before reaching the hospitals. Friends, with PMJ, India revolutionized the entire health insurance segment. PMJ is the world's largest health insurance scheme fully financed by government. And I feel proud that PMJ scheme has completed a successful 4 years in service of our people, and we are well on the path of achieving universal health coverage for the citizens of the country. Friends, another issue that the people were facing was lack of interoperability in the health sector. The data of patient was available in silos, and there was a need to create an ecosystem for its interoperability. Identifying the need of such digital ecosystem, Government of India launched Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission to achieve the integrated digital health infrastructure of the country. It bridges the existing gap amongst different stakeholders of healthcare ecosystem through digital highways. I'm sure ABDM will have a multifold impact in providing better healthcare facilities to the people. Patients will be able to securely store and access their medical records, such as prescriptions, diagnostic reports, and discharge summaries, and share them with the healthcare providers to ensure the appropriate treatment and follow-up. They will also have access to more accurate information on health facilities and service providers. On the other hand, healthcare professionals across disciplines will have better access to patients' medical history with the necessary informed consent for prescribing more appropriate and effective health interventions. The integrated ecosystem will also enable better continuum of care. Further, I am happy to note that ABDM will help digitize the claims process and enable faster reimbursement, thereby enhancing the overall ease of providing services among the healthcare providers. Policymakers and program managers will have better access to data, better quality of macro and micro level data that will enable more informed decision making by the government. Friends, healthcare sector is evolving like never before. The way new technologies in the health domain are emerging, it has opened new doors of better healthcare in future. We need to become pioneers in not only adopting these technologies, but also evolve such solutions that modern health emergencies require. With our focus on new and latest development in the field of healthcare, we must also not forget the importance of Ayush in the public health. Ayurveda, yoga, naturopathy, Unani, Siddha, Sovarikpa, homeopathy collectively has stood the test of time. Under the visionary leadership of our Honorable Prime Minister, Indian Ayush system is recognized globally for its potential in achieving holistic health. Friends, empowering Ayush practitioners is certainly important for increasing efficiency in the public health system. Ayush has a major role in making New India healthier. For this purpose, we must align their vision and strategies in line with Indian knowledge legacy, social cultural aspirations, availability of the talented human resource, and national priorities. We have seen the improvement in our health indicators as laid out in National Family Health Survey 5th, but there is still a lot that needs to be done. Our government has been focusing on providing primary health care accessible for all so that the secondary and tertiary healthcare systems could focus on their core element. but we see the dependence of people on tertiary centers for primary health care. It's still not declining. Because of such mindset, there has been an increasing patient load on the tertiary healthcare centers of the country, and we must further strengthen our health and wellness centers and reach out to the patients in areas and shift our gears from the reactive healthcare to protective healthcare. This is the forum from where you all can learn from experiences of each other, share insights with each other, and guide each other in a positive way for providing better health facilities to the citizen. And I believe every problem has a solution. It may sometimes just need another perspective. May these 2 days of Arogya Manthan help us create that perspective, help us build a more positive mindset, help us solve our issues in public health, help us take valuable insights that would help us provide best healthcare facilities by sharing the best practices at ground level, which would achieve the goal of providing the best and most affordable medical care to the citizens. And I would like to conclude with a wish that all of us stay healthy and work towards making our fellow citizens healthy to make our motherland a Swasth Bharat, Samriddha Bharat. And I think your positive action combined with positive thinking in this Manthan will result in success, and that success is nothing but Swasth Bharat and Samriddha Bharat. Dhanyavad, Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
हार्दिक धन्यवाद। और जैसा कि हम सभी जानते हैं, ABPMJ व ABDM के सफल क्रियान्वयन की टेक्नोलॉजी की अहम भूमिका रही है। और अब निवेदन करना चाहेंगे श्री अश्विनी वैष्णव जी से, माननीय मंत्री इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स और सूचना प्रौद्योगिकी मंत्रालय, भारत सरकार से, कि वे उपस्थित सभा के समक्ष अपने विचार साझा करें। और एक बार जोरदार तालियों के साथ स्वागत श्री अश्विनी वैष्णव जी का।
मंच पर सभी डॉक्टर्स बैठे हैं, शायद मैं एक अकेला नॉन डॉक्टर हूँ। ऑनरेबल डॉक्टर मनसुख मांडविया जी, ऑनरेबल डॉक्टर भारतीबेन पवार जी, ऑनरेबल डॉक्टर धन सिंह रावत जी, ऑनरेबल डॉक्टर VK पॉल साहब, ऑनरेबल डॉक्टर RS शर्मा जी. This is a gathering of all the health professionals from all across the country, as well as professionals and experts from across the world. I welcome you to this Manthan, this thought process, this thought sharing, this idea sharing. This session will bring in really important inputs for the policies that government is making, a very inclusive growth that Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji is working for, a growth in which the people at the bottom of the pyramid, as we say in Hindi, अंत्योदय की विचारधारा के साथ जो हम काम कर रहे हैं, जिसमें समाज के वंचित, गरीब, पिछड़े, दलित, ऐसे समाज के लोग जिनको बहुत लंबे समय तक डेवलपमेंट की मूल धारा से दूर रहे, उन सबको विकास की इस मूल धारा में लाने का जो प्रयास है, इस प्रयास में आपके विचारों से बहुत सहयोग मिलेगा. I will speak about the intersection of health and digital. Since the responsibilities that I am currently holding are related to telecom, IT, and railways, communications, so I'll focus my speech on that. I'll make 3 points. First point relates to connectivity. because health and digital, health and connectivity, health and communication, they go hand in hand. As the spirit with which Dr. Mansukh Bhai Mandavia ji invited, कि हम दोनों को साथ मिलके काम करना है, दोनों हेल्थ और डिजिटल साथ मिलके काम करेंगे तभी प्रधानमंत्री जी का जो विजन है वो विजन हम इम्प्लीमेंट कर सकते हैं एक साथ मिलकर ही. उसी स्पिरिट से आई विल कवर कनेक्टिविटी, पब्लिक डिजिटल गुड्स एंड अ रोबस्ट डिजिटल रेगुलेटरी फ्रेमवर्क. ये 3 पॉइंट्स कवर करूंगा. वेरी ब्रीफ. एक्टिविटी, पब्लिक डिजिटल गुड्स एंड अ रोबस्ट डिजिटल रेगुलेटरी फ्रेमवर्क. ये 3 पॉइंट्स कवर करूंगा. वेरी ब्रीफ. आई विल टेक अबाउट 12 to 13 मिनट्स. कनेक्टिविटी में देश ने पिछले 8 वर्षों में बहुत प्रोग्रेस की है. द कंट्री हैज मेड सिग्निफिकेंट प्रोग्रेस ओवर द लास्ट 8 years. Close to 1.5 lakh, 150,000 villages in the country are already connected with good, high quality fiber connection. Good data speeds are available in the villages. To cover the balanced villages, we are investing about 1.5 lakh crore, which is what, $18 billion. About $18 billion we are investing to take fiber optic connectivity, good high quality bandwidth to each and every village of the country. Fiber today, fiber is the backbone of communications. Without fiber, we cannot have good quality, high bandwidth communications. Fiber is, in the country, it is today about 35 lakh kilometers, 3.5 million kilometers. Our target is that in the coming 4 years, we should be able to reach at least 10 million fiber kilometers, 3x of what we are today. Then only we can really provide that good quality, high bandwidth connectivity in each and every village of the country. To do that, lots of actions have happened. Apart from the investment size, many regulatory simplifications have happened. The typical right-of-way permission, which used to take about 300 odd days, 300 plus days, is today getting done in less than 7 days. So 300 days coming down to less than 7 days. That kind of simplification has happened. We are a federal country, we have a federal structure in the country. Keeping that federal structure in mind, we intensely engaged with each and every state government and created a common ROW portal where I'm happy to share with all of you that every state government, every union territory has today aligned their ROW policies to the common goal of having one portal on which anybody who wants to lay a fiber duct, lay a fiber cable, can go to that portal and get a common connectivity. So that has been achieved, and that has led to the huge improvement in the way fiber connectivity, ROW right of way permissions are given. When I shared this with the G20 counterparts, there was so much surprise because there are so many countries where similar federal structures are there, and if somebody wants to set a fiber cable from point A in a state to point B in another state, that person has to go from one state to another state to one municipality to another municipality to one city to another city, and it becomes a huge hassle for getting the permissions. That's the spirit with which this meeting is also called. How many of the state government health secretaries are present here? 1, 2, 3. And principal secretaries, additional secretaries. Basically, are all the states represented here? Practically all, right? That's the spirit of cooperative federalism as well as sometimes competitive federalism, so that we can achieve what the people aspire for, what the people really want in this digital age. We are also now going for common ducts. This is a learning we had from interactions with various countries. किसी एक कंट्री के डिजिटल मिनिस्टर ने एक मीटिंग में मुझे बोला कि आप अगर डक्ट को किसी भी एक प्लेयर के हाथ में दे दोगे तो आपकी कंट्री कई साल पीछे रह जाएगी। और अगर आप डक्ट को, कॉमन डक्ट जिसके अंदर फाइबर केबल कोई भी डाल सके, उसके लिए अगर आप पब्लिक इन्वेस्टमेंट करोगे, इफ यू डू पब्लिक इन्वेस्टमेंट फॉर क्रिएटिंग अ कॉमन पब्लिक डक्ट एंड देन लीज दैट आउट टू every possible fiber user, company or organization, then your country will leap by at least 10-15 years in connectivity. So this we tested with many other countries and we found that yes, wherever common ducts are in the hands of certain private sector player, then it tends to become a monopoly, and that monopoly is not good for the society. So we decided, we took a common duct philosophy as our goal, and we have now put it in the legal framework also. We have put it in the new telecom bill so that this becomes a major infrastructure highway, what our Honorable Prime Minister calls e-way, I-way as an internet highway. This becomes the core of the base of the foundation of the electronic highway, the information highway, the internet highway that we need to create for connecting to each and every household in the country. So that was about connectivity. Along with the fiber connectivity, we are also focusing a lot on the wireless connectivity. आज करीब करीब देश का 96.5% is already connected with, covered by good high quality 4G connectivity. To cover the balance areas, government is investing about $7 billion, 55,000 crore, about $7 billion government is investing. In the coming 500 days, we would be covering each and every part of the country with good high quality 4G connectivity. Now 4G provides a good base level of wireless coverage, and we have to move towards 5G coverage. So the excellent foundation work in terms of developing technology, in terms of telecom manufacturing, all that is now complete, and very soon 5G services will be launched, and our target will be that within 2 years practically entire country should be covered with 5G services. This will again entail about 3 lakh crore investment, about $35 billion. $35 billion investment will be put in 5G coverage. So with broadband, fiber cable, with regulatory simplification, with 4G and 5G coverage, the connectivity piece, which enables a huge amount of digital health initiatives, digital health innovations, that will be available. That will be available to all of you. That will be available to all the startups who have displayed their wonderful products in the neighboring exhibition. That will be available to each and every common citizen of this country to innovate, to get good services, get high quality of services. The second piece of this entire structure that we are jointly creating between health and digital is public digital goods. Dr. R.S. Sharma explained in good detail what are the public digital goods. I would not like to repeat it, but I want to place before this august audience, दुनिया में बहुत सारे देशों ने जो experiments किए digital goods के लिए, there are 2 models which are available, and both the extremes are probably not the right models. One extreme is where big tech takes control of all the digital goods which are available and creates a digital monopoly and tries to enforce their agenda in the name of whatever philosophy. There is another extreme where the entire thing is done by the government, forced, the state takes complete control and states tries to force certain agenda. Probably that also is not the good. What we have done in India is a very good combination, a very good public-private partnership, which is away from the 2 extremes and balances the two extremes and creates a forum, creates a platform, creates a system where there is huge scope for innovations. So that is the public digital goods philosophy which Dr. R.S. Sharma explained in good detail, and good example is CoWIN, very good example is UPI, very good example is the way the public digital health platform is now getting created. There will be scope for government, there will be scope for startups, there will be scope for every stakeholder in the health sector. So we'll continue to follow that philosophy in payments, in logistics, in healthcare, in education, in agriculture, in every sector we will continue that philosophy of public-private partnership. I'll come to the third point, which is very, very important when it relates to health sector. Health data is among the most sensitive data that we all want to protect from eyes which need not see those health data. This is something which is very, very personal, very sensitive, very important for all of us. And to make sure that we create a robust regulatory framework in which anybody who shares data is assured that yes, the data will be fully protected, there will be a good consent mechanism, there would be extremely robust data sharing algorithms and framework in which if I want to share data with somebody, then only the data gets shared, otherwise it doesn't. In a very, very balanced way, we are moving towards a very comprehensive digital legal framework. As we all know, the entry of digital world is through telecommunication. So, Honorable Prime Minister's vision of creating this digital regulatory framework, the first piece of this framework we have recently uploaded as the Telecom Bill, Indian Telecommunication Bill 2022. This replaces a law of 1885, 1933 and 1950. So a very robust law where the focus is on protection of users. Next will be the Digital Personal Data Protection Bill, and after that will come the Digital India Bill. So with these three bills in place, we will have a very robust data protection framework which is benchmarked with the best in the world, which takes into consideration the experience of many other countries over last 10, 15, 20 years, which looks at the balance between individual and social imperatives. Unlike many countries of the world where individual is the focus of entire policy making, we in the East think about family as the unit of society. We in the East, we in our culture in India, consider society as we place social goods and we place social imperatives at equal footing with the rights of individuals. So keeping all those things in balance and keeping a very technology agnostic framework, because technology is changing so fast, keeping all those things in mind, we are creating this framework, and Honorable Prime Minister has given his vision in a very clear terms that this framework should be benchmarked with the best in the world. So with that thought process, with that as the guiding goal for all of us, we are working, and I hope that this conference will bring many more ideas, not just on healthcare, but also on the intersection of health and digital. I look forward to your suggestions. I'll request Dr. Sharma to have a presentation after this entire meeting is over, in which the intersection points are distilled and presented before the team from telecom and team from IT. So that will help all of us to frame our policies in a better way. Thank you very much.
माननीय मंत्री महोदय जी का हार्दिक धन्यवाद। राष्ट्रीय स्वास्थ्य प्राधिकरण के अथक प्रयासों से आज इस शुभ अवसर पर कई पहलों का माननीय मंत्रीगण द्वारा शुभारंभ करने का हमें आज अवसर प्राप्त हुआ है, जिसमें पहला है हेल्थ क्लेम्स एक्सचेंज। माननीय मंत्री डॉक्टर मनसुख मांडविया जी से अनुरोध है कि आप रिमोट का बटन दबाकर हेल्थ क्लेम्स एक्सचेंज को राष्ट्र के नाम समर्पित करें। जोरदार तालियां।
Launching Health Claims Exchange, an initiative to transform health insurance claim settlement in India by digitization, standardization and automation. The current process for health insurance claim settlement is rather slow and disparate. Handwritten documents are scanned and submitted by hospitals to the insurer via email or other means. The forms are then verified by the insurer and sent to relevant team for manual adjudication. This causes considerable delay in the discharge of patients and increases the turnaround time of claim settlement and involves high processing cost. To address this, NHA has built Health Claims Exchange, a new digital public infrastructure to connect the entire health insurance ecosystem for seamless e-claim processing. Through this platform, data will now be collected digitally and uploaded to Health Exchange portal, which will then be routed to the concerned insurance provider to facilitate automated claims verification. Hospitals can use this single platform to reach multiple insurance companies. The standardized format and availability of digital health records will make auto adjudication quick and easy. This will reduce the time and cost of claim settlement and make the entire process transparent with lower chance of frauds. PMJ claims will now be processed through the newly launched HCX platform.
हार्दिक धन्यवाद। और अब माननीय मंत्री श्री अश्विनी वैष्णव जी से अनुरोध है कि आप रिमोट का बटन दबाकर नेशनल ई रूपी असाइनर प्लेटफॉर्म का उद्घाटन करें।
Is a transformative step to enable cashless, convenient and transparent payment to a beneficiary for a specific purpose. It facilitates safe and reliable transactions and can be utilized for targeted and leak-proof delivery of goods and services. NHA recently successfully piloted the use of e-rupee for providing diagnostic services to Ayushman Bharat PMJ beneficiaries. To enable easy onboarding of any entity to issue a purpose-specific voucher to any citizen, NHA launches the National e-Rupee Assigner platform. The portal facilitates both en masse and on-demand delivery of e-Rupee vouchers. The platform allows a sponsor to link bank accounts, define purpose of voucher, create workflows, generate voucher and track the journey from issuance to its redemption. The sponsor can be government or private organization or an individual. The beneficiary will receive the voucher in the form of an SMS that could be redeemed at an e-rupee enabled merchant for availing the service for which it was issued. All entities can now use this platform to provide purpose-specific benefits directly to the beneficiaries as per their requirement.
हार्दिक धन्यवाद। और अब निवेदन करना चाहेंगे माननीय मंत्री डॉक्टर भारती प्रवीण पवार जी से कि वे रिमोट का बटन दबाकर एक्सेलरेटिंग डिजिटाइजेशन इन हेल्थ केयर डिलीवरी रिपोर्ट का अनावरण करें। धन्यवाद। और अब निवेदन है डॉक्टर विनोद पॉल, सदस्य स्वास्थ्य नीति आयोग से कि वे रिमोट का बटन दबाकर एनुअल रिपोर्ट 2022 का अनावरण करें। कॉफी टेबल बुक में आयुष्मान भारत योजना से जुड़े लाभार्थियों के हर्ष, जीत और आशा की कहानियों को संकलित किया गया है। और अब निवेदन करना चाहेंगे माननीय मंत्री डॉक्टर भारती प्रवीण पवार जी से कि वे रिमोट का बटन दबाकर कॉफी टेबल बुक 2022 का अनावरण करें। निवेदन है डॉक्टर धन सिंह रावत जी से, स्वास्थ्य व चिकित्सा शिक्षा मंत्री, उत्तराखंड सरकार। और इसी के साथ सभी माननीय मंत्रीगण का हार्दिक धन्यवाद करना चाहेंगे आज की इन नई पहलों की शुरुआत और अनावरण पर, और जिनके कुशल नेतृत्व में भारत के स्वास्थ्य इकोसिस्टम को एक नई गति मिली है, नई दिशा मिली है। हम सबके मार्गदर्शक हैं डॉक्टर मनसुख मांडविया जी, माननीय स्वास्थ्य और परिवार कल्याण मंत्री, भारत सरकार। और आपको आदर भाव से निवेदन करना चाहेंगे कि आप अपने प्रेरणात्मक संदेश से हम सभी का मार्गदर्शन करें। और एक बार जोरदार तालियों से स्वागत माननीय मंत्री जी का।
आरोग्य मंथन के शुभारंभ के अवसर पर हमारे बीच उपस्थित मेरे सीनियर और साथी मंत्री अश्विनी वैष्णव जी, मेरी सहयोगी मंत्री डॉक्टर भारती बहन, हमारे उत्तराखंड के हेल्थ मिनिस्टर धन सिंह जी, डॉक्टर पॉल साहब, शर्मा जी, सभी उपस्थित आज के आरोग्य मंथन में 2 दिन के लिए मंथन करने के लिए आए सभी भाइयों एवं बहनों। भारती बहन ने बहुत सही कहा था कि हम मंथन के लिए आए हैं। मंथन यानी ब्रेनस्टॉर्मिंग। हमें 2 दिन तक हेल्थ सेक्टर में आयुष्मान भारत अम्ब्रेला के नीचे जो योजनाएं चल रही है, आयुष्मान भारत जन आरोग्य योजना हो, आयुष्मान भारत डिजिटल मिशन हो, उसको कैसे आगे बढ़ाए, उसको जनभोग्य कैसे बनाए। और ये स्वाभाविक है कि वृक्ष भी सीजन में अपने नए पर्ण को धारण करते हैं। आप एनिमल को देखिए, पक्षी को देखिए, वो भी साल में एक बार अपने नए क्लेवर को धारण करते हैं। अपने जो जूने पीछे होते हैं उसको निकाल देते हैं और नया पीछे उसमें आ जाता है। दोस्तों, ब्रेनस्टॉर्मिंग बहुत आवश्यक है आगे बढ़ने के लिए। आज हम जहां पहुंचे हैं उसका लेखा जोखा हो, ये बहुत आवश्यक है। हमें आगे जाना है तो आज तक की जर्नी को हमें देखनी होगी। ये जर्नी को आधार लेके उसमें कोई रिफॉर्म चेंज करने की आवश्यकता हो तो ब्रेनस्टॉर्मिंग करके उसमें चेंज रिफॉर्म करके हम कैसे आगे बढ़े। मेरी अपेक्षा है कि जब आप 2 दिन के लिए यहां ब्रेनस्टॉर्मिंग करेंगे तो ये ब्रेनस्टॉर्मिंग का आधार क्या होना चाहिए। दोस्तों, हम हमारा स्टेक होल्डर किसको मानते हैं? कौन है हमारा स्टेक होल्डर? जब यहां से आप कोई सुझाव देंगे, ये सुझाव का इंप्लीमेंटेशन होना है। सुझाव कैसा होना चाहिए? दोस्तों, मैं मानता हूं कि हमारा स्टेक होल्डर, आज हम अशोका होटल में बैठ के ये 2 दिन का मंथन कर रहे हैं। हम बैठे अशोका होटल में, दिल्ली का एक अच्छा इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर है। हमारा एक स्टेक होल्डर हमारा स्टेट है, दूसरा स्टेक होल्डर हमारा डॉक्टर्स है, हॉस्पिटल्स है, हमारा इंश्योरेंस कंपनी होगी, टेक्नोलॉजी डिपार्टमेंट होगा, कई हमारे स्टेक होल्डर होंगे। लेकिन हमें उसके साथ सबसे महत्वपूर्ण स्टेक होल्डर है लाभार्थी। वो कहां है जिसके लिए हम सारा ब्रेनस्टॉर्मिंग कर रहे हैं, जिसका इंप्लीमेंटेशन जिसके लिए है, ये है कहां? वो कितना एम्पावर है, उसको कैसे एम्पावर करना है। हम सारी टेक्नोलॉजी का यूज करके लाभ तो उसके लिए पहुंचाना है। ये हमारे स्टेक होल्डर एक झोपड़ी में रहने वाले एक गरीब व्यक्ति भी है, एक गरीब लाभार्थी भी है, जो आपकी मोबाइल की ऐप को नहीं जानते हैं, जो टेक्नोलॉजी को नहीं जानते हैं, लेकिन भी हमें वहां तक ये टेक्नोलॉजी का उपयोग करके हेल्थ को एक्सेसिबल और अफोर्डेबल करना है। हमारा ब्रेनस्टॉर्मिंग का एक आयाम ये भी होना चाहिए। और दोस्तों, जब हम ब्रेनस्टॉर्मिंग करते हैं और ब्रेनस्टॉर्मिंग का आउटपुट निकलता है, ये आउटपुट का इंप्लीमेंटेशन के लिए पाथवे कैसा होना चाहिए? मैं मानता हूं कि एक पहली बार ये हो रहा है, हेल्थ सेक्टर में हॉलिस्टिक अप्रोच से काम होना शुरू हुआ है। मोदी जी ने हमेशा कहा है और किया है, वो कभी टोकन में नहीं सोचते, वो टोटल में सोचते हैं। सरकार 5 साल के लिए होती है और 5 साल के लिए बनती है, 5 साल के बाद फिर से हमें जनता के बीच में जाना होता है। तो क्या हमें 5 साल के लिए ही कार्य योजना बनाना है? जी नहीं, हम कार्य योजना बना रहे देश के लिए, और देश शाश्वत है। हम कार्य योजना बना रहे हैं हमारे देश के नागरिक के लिए, वो हमेशा है। और इसलिए हमारी कार्य योजना बने वो भी टोकन में नहीं, टोटल में बननी चाहिए। और टोटल में बनाने के लिए दोस्तों एक अम्ब्रेला बनाया हुआ है, लेकिन कोई व्यक्ति को अननोन प्लेस पर जाना है तो उसको रिसर्च करना पड़ेगा, हम कहां से जाएंगे। प्लेन में जाना है तो प्लेन से कहां तक प्लेन जाएगा, वहां से मैं यहां जाना है, सारा विचार करना पड़ेगा। लेकिन आपका रूट तय हो, टिकट तय हो, जाना निश्चित हो, तो आपको उसके पीछे ज्यादा ब्रेन नहीं लगाना होता है, क्योंकि व्यवस्था रेडी है। दोस्तों, आयुष्मान भारत का अम्ब्रेला रेडी है। ए अम्ब्रेला के मुताबिक हमें हेल्थ सेक्टर को आगे ले जाना है। लक्ष्य क्या है? लक्ष्य भी रेडी है, क्लियर है। हमें देश को हेल्थ केयर को एक्सेसिबल बनाना है, एफोर्डेबल बनाना है। एक्सेसिबल और एफोर्डेबल बनाने के लिए हमारे पास सिस्टम भी रेडी है, और ये दुनिया से यूनिक सिस्टम है। हम हेल्थ सेक्टर में दोस्तों दुनिया से बेस्ट रिफॉर्म कर सकते हैं। हमारे पास, इंडिया इज ए बिग कंट्री, ह्यूज डाइवर्सिटी, 1.3 बिलियन पॉपुलेशन, लेकिन भी हम कोविड मैनेज कर पाए, क्योंकि हमारे पास हमारा मॉडल है। दुनिया के पास 3 टाइप सिस्टम हेल्थ केयर के लिए है, प्राइमरी, सेकेंडरी और टर्शरी। दोस्तों, हमारे पास 4 टाइप ऑफ हेल्थ केयर सिस्टम है। 4 टायर में फर्स्ट टायर आशा बहन है। 1000 पॉपुलेशन पर एक आशा बहन, यानी कि 250 घर पर एक आशा बहन। और 250 घर में क्या स्थिति है, क्या डिसीज है, कौन सी महिला को कौन सा डिसीज है, वो हर परिवार को अच्छी तरह से जानती है, समझती है। और उसके आधार पर उसका स्ट्रेंथनिंग हम कैसे करें, उसके आधार पर हम हमारा हेल्थ को एक्सेसिबल कैसे करें। दोस्तों, उसके लिए एक सिस्टमेटिक प्रयास आज चालू हो चुका है। देश में हेल्थ एंड आयुष्मान भारत हेल्थ एंड वेलनेस सेंटर 5,000 पॉपुलेशन के पार दोस्तों एक हेल्थ एंड वेलनेस सेंटर हो। 1.5 लाख हेल्थ एंड वेलनेस सेंटर बनाने के लिए 2018 में प्रधानमंत्री जी ने जाहिरात की थी, अनाउंसमेंट किया था। 1,25,000 से अधिक हेल्थ एंड वेलनेस सेंटर बन गया। उसको हम डिजिटल टेक्नोलॉजी से कैसे जोड़े, हम टेली कंसल्टेशन से कैसे जोड़े, आपका अनुभव उसके लिए क्या रहा है, उसको रोबस्ट कैसे करें, ब्रेनस्टॉर्मिंग का एक पार्ट हो कैसे न बने। दोस्तों, हेल्थ एंड वेलनेस सेंटर बन गया, लेकिन हेल्थ एंड वेलनेस सेंटर पर ट्रेन मैन पावर चाहिए, डॉक्टर चाहिए। तो तो ये भी कार्यक्रम आज के दिन में चालू हो चुका है। डॉक्टर चाहिए, 8 साल में एमबीबीएस की सीट डबल हो गई, इस साल शायद 1 लाख के नजदीक पहुंच गई है। पीजी की सीट डबल हो गई। टर्शरी केयर के लिए क्या करना चाहिए, व्यवस्था निश्चित हो गई। नेशनल हेल्थ मिशन के तहत सेकेंडरी केयर के लिए भी सपोर्ट करना शुरू किया। टर्शरी केयर को सुनिश्चित करने के लिए 22 एम्स बनाई जा रही है। और कोविड क्राइसिस की वजह से हमने बहुत कुछ सीखा। जो व्यक्ति हमेशा सीखती है ना, वो कुछ करती भी है। मोदी जी ने आयुष्मान भारत में हमें क्या क्या दिक्कत आई उसका एनालिसिस किया, और उसके आधार पर हमें हेल्थ इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर कैसे मजबूत करना है आने वाले दिनों में, ताकि भविष्य में ऐसा कोई पेंडेमिक आए तो हम उसका सामना कर पाए। आयुष्मान भारत हेल्थ इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर मिशन 64,000 करोड़ रुपीस से आयुष्मान भारत हेल्थ इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर मिशन के तहत एवरेज प्रति डिस्ट्रिक्ट 100 करोड़ से ज्यादा खर्च होना है। काम चालू हो गया है, स्टेट में हो रहा है। दोस्तों, हम उसको कैसे अच्छी तरह से हमारी डिमांड के अनुसार हमारा स्टेट का हेल्थ सेक्टर का एनालिसिस करके क्या कैसे करना है, क्या हमारी प्रायोरिटी है, वहां हम उसका पहले इंप्लीमेंटेशन करें। दोस्तों, इस तरह से देश का हेल्थ इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर को आगे बढ़ाना है, हेल्थ को एक्सेसिबल करना है, हेल्थ को अफोर्डेबल करने के लिए जो आप उसके पर भी ब्रेनस्टॉर्मिंग करने वाले हैं। आयुष्मान भारत जन आरोग्य योजना, दोस्तों कितनी बड़ी योजना है, कितनी सोच समझ के साथ बनाई हुई योजना है, जिस योजना ने गरीब और अमीर के बीच में हेल्थ के लिए एक जो विषय था ना, गरीब और अमीर के बीच का भेद मिटा दिया। जिस अस्पताल में एक अमीर अपोलो हॉस्पिटल में एक अमीर परिवार अपना इलाज कराए, वहां ही ये ही अस्पताल में एक गरीब परिवार का भी इलाज आज के दिन में होना चालू हो गया है। 19 करोड़ से ज्यादा, 19 करोड़ से अधिक आयुष्मान भारत का कार्ड बन चुका है। और कार्ड बनाने के लिए मैं स्वयं सभी राज्यों के साथ मीटिंग की है। मेरा आग्रह है यहां सब उपस्थित राज्य के प्रतिनिधियों का, दोस्तों एक कार्ड बनाने के लिए आप इनिशिएटिव ले रहे हैं, काम कर रहे हैं, आप मान के चलो आप एक पुण्य का काम कर रहे हैं। एक गरीब परिवार को आप एक ऐसी हेल्प कर रहे हो, उसके जेब में 5 लाख का छोटा सा कार्ड, लेकिन उसकी कीमत है प्रति वर्ष 5 लाख रुपीज। दोस्तों, एक कार्ड उसके हाथ में आ जाएगा ना, वो स्वयं को कितना सिक्योर हेल्थ की दृष्टि से महसूस करेगा। मेरे पास कार्ड है, मेरे परिवार में सभी के पास कार्ड है, कोई परिवार में बीमारी आ गई तो कार्ड लेके मैं अस्पताल चला जाऊंगा। दोस्तों, कॉन्फिडेंस देगा, पुण्य का काम है, काम को गति से आने वाले दिनों में आगे बढ़ाना है। उसके लिए हम क्या कर सकते हैं? उसके लिए एक यहां से डिजिटल ऐप बनाई गई है, और ऐप के माध्यम से हमारी आशा बहन हो या तो आप जो भी तय करो, अपने मोबाइल में ऐप को डाउनलोड कर ले और अपने मोबाइल में लाभार्थी की सूची डाउनलोड हो जाए, गांव में जाए, मोहल्ला में जाए और वहां जाके क्लिक करे और उसको आयुष्मान भारत का कार्ड बना के वहां दे दे। दोस्तों, एक काम चालू हो चुका है। आज से 1 महीने पहले प्रतिदिन लाख कार्ड बनते थे, लाख 1.5 लाख, लेकिन आज वो 4-4.5 लाख बनने आया है। मेरा लक्ष्य है कि प्रतिदिन 10 लाख कार्ड बनना चाहिए दोस्तों, और उसमें आपका सहयोग की आवश्यकता होगी। ये ब्रेनस्टॉर्मिंग में आपको 2 दिन में ये भी, उसमें क्या आपको दिक्कत है, कैसे आप कार्ड नहीं बढ़ा रहे हैं? दोस्तों, पॉलिटिक्स की जगह पे होता है। प्रधानमंत्री जी ने कभी हेल्थ सेक्टर को पॉलिटिक्स के साथ नहीं जोड़ा है, आप सब लोगों ने देखा होगा। और इसलिए सभी स्टेट गवर्नमेंट को भी, सभी मिनिस्टर की मीटिंग में भी मैं बोल चुका हूं, और आप भी प्रशासनिक दृष्टि से आपके स्टेट में स्ट्रांगली आयुष्मान कार्ड बनाने के लिए काम कैसे आगे बढ़े, उस दिशा में हमें प्रयास करने की आवश्यकता है। दिक्कत हो तो ब्रेनस्टॉर्मिंग के आधार पर उसका सॉल्यूशन ढूंढने की आवश्यकता है, तब जाके हम हेल्थ केयर को अफोर्डेबल कर पाएंगे। लक्ष्य निश्चित है, योजना निश्चित है, अम्ब्रेला आयुष्मान भारत का निश्चित है। दोस्तों, हमें चल पड़ना है। चल पड़ने में हमारी रुकावटें जो भी हो, ये रुकावटों को सोल्व करने के लिए ये आरोग्य मंथन है। ये आरोग्य मंथन से निकलेगा अमृत। दोस्तों, देश के कोटि कोटि नागरिकों को अपनी हेल्थ को सुनिश्चित करने के लिए सहयोगी होगा और उससे बड़ा अवसर हमें कब प्राप्त होगा? आपको हेल्थ सेक्टर में काम करने का अवसर मिला है, मुझे भी मोदी जी ने एक क्षेत्र में काम करने का अवसर दिया है जिस क्षेत्र को ये देश की संस्कृति और देश की परंपरा ने कभी कॉमर्स नहीं कहा है। हेल्थ हमारे लिए कभी कॉमर्स नहीं है दोस्तों, हेल्थ हमारे लिए सेवा है, ये हमारा संस्कार है। इस संस्कार से हम सब लोग संस्कारित हैं और उसको ही हमें आगे बढ़ा के देश के कोटि कोटि नागरिक के हित में उसका हेल्थ को सुनिश्चित करने के लिए मेरा पूरा विश्वास है कि 2 दिन का ये आरोग्य मंथन हमें बहुत सहयोगी होगा। दोस्तों, तन से, मन से, दिल से प्रेजेंट रह के डिबेट में जो भी सेशन हो उसमें आपका पार्टिसिपेंट रहे, आपका कंट्रीब्यूशन रहे, यही अपेक्षा। धन्यवाद।
माननीय मंत्री महोदय जी के प्रेरणात्मक संदेश के लिए हार्दिक धन्यवाद। The Honorable Minister stressed that we have to make healthcare accessible and affordable. और अब इसी के साथ ही हम कार्यक्रम के अंतिम पड़ाव पर हैं और मंचासीन माननीय मंत्रीगण एवं वरिष्ठ अधिकारीगण को सम्मान स्वरूप स्मृति चिन्ह भेंट करने के लिए सबसे पहले निवेदन करना चाहेंगे NHA के CEO डॉक्टर RS शर्मा जी से कि वह स्मृति चिन्ह भेंट कर सम्मानित करें माननीय मंत्री मनसुख मांडविया जी को। हार्दिक धन्यवाद। डॉक्टर शर्मा से निवेदन है वे स्मृति चिन्ह भेंट कर सम्मानित करें माननीय मंत्री श्री अश्विनी वैष्णव जी को। हार्दिक धन्यवाद। और अब आमंत्रित करना चाहेंगे श्री GU अहमद जी, संयुक्त सचिव और वित्तीय सलाहकार NHA से कि वे स्मृति चिन्ह भेंट कर सम्मानित करें माननीय मंत्री डॉक्टर भारती प्रवीण पवार जी को। आपसे निवेदन है स्मृति चिन्ह भेंट कर सम्मानित करें डॉक्टर VK पॉल जी को। और आपसे निवेदन है स्मृति चिन्ह भेंट करें डॉक्टर धन सिंह रावत जी को। श्री अहमद जी का हार्दिक धन्यवाद। और अब हम आमंत्रित करना चाहेंगे श्री किरण गोपाल वास्का जी को कि वे स्मृति चिन्ह भेंट कर सम्मानित करें डॉक्टर RS शर्मा CEO NHA को। हार्दिक धन्यवाद। और अब माननीय मंत्री डॉक्टर मनसुख मांडविया जी से निवेदन है कि वे रिमोट का बटन दबाकर हेल्थ एक्सपो का उद्घाटन करें। इस हेल्थ एक्सपो में नए युग की प्रौद्योगिकियों को लाभ उठाते हुए दोनों योजनाओं के तहत प्रमुख नवाचार क्षेत्रों को प्रदर्शित किया गया है और जोरदार तालियां हेल्थ एक्सपो के उद्घाटन पर। इसके अलावा अभिनव स्वास्थ्य प्रौद्योगिकी समाधान प्रदान करने वाली स्वास्थ्य प्रौद्योगिकी कंपनियां और स्टार्टअप अपने उत्पादों और अनुप्रयोगों का प्रदर्शन भी कर रही हैं। और अब आमंत्रित करना चाहेंगे धन्यवाद ज्ञापन के लिए श्री GU अहमद जी को, संयुक्त सचिव और वित्तीय सलाहकार राष्ट्रीय स्वास्थ्य प्राधिकरण।
Namaskar. It is my honor to propose the vote of thanks to this august gathering. I express my heartfelt gratitude to Shri Mansukh Mandviya ji, Honorable Union Minister of Health and Family Welfare, Shri Ashnavi Vaishnav ji, Honorable Union Minister for Electronics and IT, Dr. Bharti Praveen Pawar, Honorable Union Minister of State, Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, Dr. V.K. Paul, Member Health Niti Ayog, Dr. R.S. Sharma, CEO National Health Authority, and other dignitaries for participating in the inaugural session of Arogya Manthan 2022 as we celebrate the 4th anniversary of Ayushman Bharat PMJ and first anniversary of ABDM. I would like to express my deepest gratitude to our Honorable Minister of Health and Family Welfare for enlightening the session with his guiding words and for guiding us in our journey to transform the healthcare sector. Sir, your support motivates us to take the scheme to greater heights. I also like to thank Honorable Minister of Electronics, whose support is crucial in taking our scheme forward. I sincerely thank Honorable Minister of State for Health and Family Welfare for always being a pillar of support in our all initiatives. My sincere thanks to Dr. Dharam Singh Ji Rawat, Honorable Minister of Health, Government of Uttarakhand. My deepest thanks to CEO National Health Authority, Dr. R.S. Sharma, for presenting the 4-year journey of NHA in the implementation of Ayushman Bharat PMJ and ABDM. With your support, sir, and guidance, both PMJ and ABDM are scaling new heights. My sincere thanks to Member Health also, who played a pivotal role in formulation of Ayushman Bharat PMJ and ABDM and other key initiatives. I also thank all the government officials from various departments of central and state government, representatives of various private organizations from health, insurance, technology sectors who are joined us here today. I would like to extend sincere gratitude to the development partners for gracing the occasion and also for supporting us in organizing this event. Last but not the least, I would like to thank our media friends for covering this event for 2 days. Thank you very much. Thanks.
हार्दिक धन्यवाद। और इसी के साथ माननीय मंत्रीगण का हार्दिक धन्यवाद करते हुए निवेदन करना चाहेंगे कि अब आप हेल्थ एक्सपो की ओर प्रस्थान करें और हेल्थ एक्सपो का निरीक्षण माननीय मंत्रीगण द्वारा किया जाएगा। आप सभी से निवेदन है कृपया अपने स्थान पर बैठे रहें जब तक माननीय मंत्रीगण हेल्थ एक्सपो का निरीक्षण करेंगे। Ladies and gentlemen, kindly remain seated while the honorable ministers visit the exhibition. बस बंद कर देते ना फिर कर देंगे जैसे ये बंद कर दो ये तूने ग्रुप में भेज दिया मंत्री जी
गाइस 18 प्रॉफिटेबल हो जाएंगे।
अरे ये डॉक्टर शर्मा का
मुझे ना आपका नंबर दोबारा दो क्योंकि मैंने जो फ़ोन चेंज करा ना उसके अंदर मेरे कुछ नंबर वापस नहीं आए और कोई मेरे से नंबर मांग रहा था तो मेरे को उस वक्त आ गई। नहीं मैंने डाला था उसके अंदर गूगल से तब नहीं आ रहा था क्योंकि जब मेरे से मांगा ना जब मेरे से क्लाइंट ने मांगा तब नहीं आ रहा था तब नहीं आ रहा था। हाँ पूरा सिंपल करना कर लेंगे ना
का तो नहीं है? आपका लगा था, मैं निकाल लीजिए आप। जिसका भी आप रख दो, नहीं तो फिर प्रॉब्लम होगी।
इसका डोनवल नहीं है ना ये इसका?
इसका तो नहीं है, कनेक्शन का होगा, इसका होगा शायद। आपका नहीं है ना?
ऐसा ही था लेकिन
up to 221
है तो ये है
तो
डोनवल नहीं है।
हाँ ठीक है।
बोल के देख चेक करें।
चले गए ना मंत्री जी?
ये लगा दें क्या है ये नीचे ये है ना? हाँ ठीक है वहीं
हाँ यही है।